Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
How would you complete this sentence? If I wasn't afraid, I would blank. Fear keeps us from doing a lot of things. It holds us back. And sometimes that's good. Our danger button, as my daughter calls it, keeps us from doing stupid things that could hurt us. It makes us think twice before we do something. But an overactive danger button could keep us from stepping out in faith, and we don't want that. So how do we know what things we should listen to our danger button on and what things we should listen to God about? How would you complete this sentence? Though I was afraid, I stepped out in faith and blank. Some things you just know are God. You hear that still small voice that says, "This is the way, walk in it." And you look down that dark, scary-looking path, take a deep breath, gathering your courage, and then you remember, I don't have to walk this path alone. Isn't that a great thing to remember? Then you can slip your hand in the Father's and walk beside Him. And as you do, fear flees. The path hasn't changed, but your heart has. In Ezra 3, after 70 years of captivity, King Cyrus of Persia made a decree allowing the Israelite people to return to their land if they wished, and rebuild their temple. So about 50,000 people, led by Zerubbabel, set out on the 900-mile journey to their homeland. They found Jerusalem as they had left it, completely decimated. The wall in rubble, their temple destroyed, not even the foundation was left. These people didn't return to an empty land, however. When Babylon moved them out, they moved the other conquered people into that area. And needless to say, those people weren't too happy to see the former occupants return. For the next few chapters, they harassed the Israelites, finding all sorts of creative ways to keep them from rebuilding their temple. Even when the Israelites first arrived, they could feel the animosity of those around them, and it made them afraid. But they knew why they were there. Their goal was to rebuild the temple and reestablish worship in Jerusalem. So it says the people gathered together as one man in Jerusalem. Then Jeshua and the priest and Zerubbabel and his brethren arose and built the altar of the God of Israel. Though fear had come upon them because of the people of those countries, they set the altar on its bases, and they offered burnt offerings on it to the Lord. Though they feared, they worshipped. Now they could have said, "Let's wait until we get that temple built. Now's not the time." But no. They didn't wait any longer than they had to, and they didn't let fear keep them from worshiping the Lord. Obedience to follow the Lord's command and worship Him came first. We have brothers and sisters in other countries who have fear because of threats. If they go to church, they may get beaten, jailed, kicked out of their family, or even murdered. Yet they go and they worship. They tell others about Jesus. They risk everything. Not because they aren't afraid, but because their love for the Lord and desire to worship Him overrides that. So right now, what do you fear? What might fear be keeping you from doing? How will you complete this sentence? Though I fear blank, I am going to step out in faith and obey the Lord.
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.